everyone, this is the Chrissy B Show, a program aimed at looking after our mental health and well-being. Last week we had the pleasure of making over Sabrina Moraes, who told us her story of how her relationship with her father broke down after he cheated on her mum. If you missed it, you can catch that episode on our YouTube channel, Chrissy B Show. And today we're going to meet another lovely young lady called DiElle, who is a musician and singer-songwriter from Wickham. She'll be telling us about setting up a music club for adults to learn music and socialise to enhance quality of life and de-stress, and also about her current venture of trying to set up a choir for people affected by cancer. And this is in memory of her aunt, who she sadly lost last year. And as a special treat for all our viewers, DiElle will also be performing a song for us. But not before we treat her to a makeover, which will be done by expert hairstylist Marcia de Mobile, makeup artist Ursula Jones and fashion designer Adele Kasecki. But first, let's take a look at this.
Do you know someone who deserves a makeover and would like to tell their story? Perhaps it's someone who's going through a hard time, or is always thinking about other people and not about themselves. Let us pamper them here on the show. And you can even nominate yourself. Get in touch with us via our website, chrissybshow.tv, and you or your friend could be the next person getting spoiled and sitting on the sofa having a chat with Chrissy. And the pampering could continue because every month we give away a fabulous gift of a spa treatment courtesy of the luxurious Thai Square Spa in Trafalgar Square. You will feel like royalty, so don't delay. Get in touch today.
Well, also on the show today, we'll be seeing what happened when we set the little challenge for the general public. And also later, I'm going to be sharing 4 ways to stay positive during tough times and how to beat your problems. But now it's time to take a look at the story of a young man with sickle cell disease who talks about his experience living with chronic pain, but also doing something to help others in the same boat and to raise awareness.
Can you stand behind this camera? I want to ask you questions. I want you to repeat the question back to me before you give your answer. So if I say, when was the first time you had a sickle cell crisis? You say, the first time I had a sickle cell crisis was.
You know, I don't want to be that guy to be like, hey, you know, I have sickle cell, right? You know, so, you know, nobody wants to be that guy.
Dude, I feel you. I feel like I'm becoming that dude.
That's in essence our problem, though.
Right,
we keep it to ourselves.
Right.
So that's why we kind of don't have a community.
Well, I'm getting my hair cut because I want to be interviewing some sickle cell patients for my documentary. So I'll be on camera. So yes, I'm nervous. I hope will be used as, you know, sort of an educational tool, kind of exposing the day-to-day challenges of living with sickle cell. This is my first time producing a film. Initially, I wanted to be an actor. I went to a high school for performing arts and majored in theater there and studied drama in undergrad. I got cast into a main stage production at a local theater here, a leading role, and right before the show opened, I had a crisis. A crisis is what happens when you have a sickle cell flare-up. It definitely changed my mind about what was feasible for me. Sickle cell anemia is a genetic disorder of the red blood cells, so it's passed on from parents to child. It causes instead of the red blood cells being, you know, shaped round, they're shaped like a crescent or a sickle. And because they don't carry oxygen well, they clump together in veins and arteries and cause pain episodes. It's like having glass in your veins. And every time your heart beats, the glass moves a little bit and cuts. So every day, I'm gonna feel some pain. When I wake up in the morning especially, and when I go to sleep at night especially.
Raquel, take 1.
Tell me about coping with having sickle cell. What's that like for you? Like, how do you cope with it?
Well, I just try to push through. I just push through. Because if you wake up and feel pain every single day like we do, you can't just call and, I'm not coming to work today. I won't be there. So I have to suck it up, put on a happy face. Don't let the kids silly thing because babies feel what we feel. And I just pushed through it.
I'm 29 now. I was told that a life expectancy for a person with my type of sickle cell is 25. At 25, I had heart failure. And so for me, that was kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy in a sense. Like, doctor said I would die at 25, now my heart's failing. After that, I kind of, for about a year and a half, was just completely consumed by depression. I just was kind of waiting to die, honestly. And so I feel like it would be fruitless to spend any more time or energy trying to accomplish any more goals because, you know, my time had come. It's so easy to be consumed by sadness when you're this sick. You have to make a conscious decision not to be. And I just decide every day to have some joy. Keeping those stress triggers to a minimum. You need to hydrate, take your meds, work out, and eating a healthy diet. I'm helping to develop Above the Crisis, a support group for patients and their families who are living with sickle cell disease. I just want to contribute something meaningful to society. Okay, good. And now, with Above the Crisis, I have a reason to live, really.
Go over with me what you have from our last meeting.
So we did education, advocacy, outreach, and wellness, and a revision of the mission and the vision.
So whatever she doesn't have for that event, we need a list of that stuff. When we have our meeting, I try and cook something at home, take it over to the conference room. I like to do this for my board because it gives me the opportunity to show them how much I appreciate what they do for the organization. Thank you.
I hope that Above the Crisis, long-term, can service all the sickle cell patients and families in the Gulf Coast region. We want to provide that network of patients, families, and healthcare providers to build the community.
As y'all know, we're making a documentary. We're about a little more than 50% of the way done filming with patients. Tomorrow, we're going to film our first healthcare provider, Dr. Janasia. We've got both cameras, right?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Development, okay. Okay.
So let's go ahead and roll all the cameras, please. All right, Dr. Janasia, interview take one, marker.
What would you say is the biggest need for the sickle cell community?
I think the primary need is to band together. You as a young person coming forward to deal with this problem, that more young patients themselves come out and speak out.
Corel interview, take one.
So what psychological effects did sickle cell have on you?
A roller coaster of emotions, depression, anger. One thing I liked about my childhood is I had the Sickle Cell Foundation. So it connected me with a lot of people who had sickle cell. So I was able to communicate and connect with those who were living with the same disease I had. So we shared our struggles, and that's very important.
I probably didn't meet another person with sickle cell until I met you. You know, when I was 7, I probably would have wanted to meet somebody that was 30. So I wouldn't have been thinking about every day, oh, am I gonna die at 24 like the encyclopedia said, you know?
That's one of actually Above the Crisis goals, man, is to like really build that network of patients and families with sickle cell again. In Houston, we know like that's a big need. And that's really one of the ways that we're gonna be able to share knowledge, experience, forms of medicine and treatment. It's given me a reason to keep fighting for this. I mean, I know that we'll all die, but I just don't want to, I don't want to suffer and die and it be pointless, you know? I want it to be for something. You know?
The work Darren is doing is awesome. It's very, very, what's the word? Honorable?
Darren is an inspiration, and he's worked really hard, and it's not work for himself, you know?
It's always social, always lifting someone's spirits, very caring.
I really appreciate it.
You're more than your pain. And if you can, use that pain to channel to something positive, like, do that.
Hey.
How come I knew that wasn't Oh, yeah, that's a wrap.
Well, thanks very much to the Mental Health channel for that video. And if you want to know more about them, do visit our contributors section on our website, chrissybshow.tv. Well, after the break, we're going to be seeing DiElle's Makeover and also be speaking to Ursula Jones for some makeup tips and to Adele Kosecki about the outfit that she has chosen for DiElle. Welcome back to our program, everybody, and we've titled this one Keeping Positive in Hard Times because of the real life story that we showed earlier and also some things that I'm going to be speaking about later. But it's also been our makeover day, and here's a photo of DiElle previously, and here she is now. Looking absolutely gorgeous, I have to say, DiElle.
Thank you.
Amazing. We're going to talk about your outfit later when Adele's on as well, but what do you think of the makeup look?
I love it. Ursula's amazing. I love what she's done with my eyes.
Yeah. And welcome, Ursula.
Hello. Thanks.
So you're going to talk us through, why did you choose this particular look for DiElle?
Initially, we were talking about the prints and the colours, but also with the weather being so hot at the moment, we were talking about longevity of trying to keep our foundations, our eyeshadows and our lipsticks, you know, not falling off. So we just went through some steps on basically how you're able to manage your makeup a bit easier in the heat, but we've also teamed up some colours with the lovely dress. So whenever you're starting a base for foundation, it's always really important to always cleanse your face, whether that be with the cleansing waters or a toner or soap and water, however you feel to do it. That's basically going to take away the excess oils, sweat.
So never just slap your makeup on.
No, you want to have a clean base to start with, you know, and I always refer it to when I'm doing makeup lessons as if you were painting a wall, you're going to make sure it's nice and clean. You wouldn't just go in if it was sandy or dusty.
Yeah.
You have to make sure you prime the area first. So that's what we done.
Our face is a wall.
And then it's about priming the skin. So basically you want to make sure that you're using thin layers and use a primer, especially in the summer heat. We still want to keep that glow, you know, in the dewy look. So if you put a primer, tend to just maybe do it over the T-zone, over areas like the cheekbone that you'd want to pop out. I would always say, even if you have dry skin, look for a primer that has been made for a dry skin, or combination skin for, you know.
Yeah, because they can be quite drying, can't they?
Yeah, and some of them are silicone based, which isn't great for a particularly oily skin. Some people might even skip that stage, but I'd also say always moisturise, even if it's the slightest bit of moisturiser. It's really going to sink into the skin and just give you a lovely look when you put the foundation on.
She's glowing, I have to say.
She's got brilliant skin anyway, so we're very lucky. And it also helps with the longevity of the skin. Again, talking about the walls, if you're priming the wall, you know, it's all about putting the layers on. The thinner the layer, the longer it's going to basically last as well. So that's what we've done. We primed the areas. We also put slight primer around any kind of pores that might be open, so that just basically seals them. So when we have the foundation, you're going to get more of an even look. Talking about the heat in the summer, try and, if you can, find a water-based type foundation or an oil-free type foundation. There are lots available on the market. I used a MAC one, and this is water-based, so once it's put onto the skin, it does become water-resistant. You know, so excess sweat and things like that's great. It does go on very sheer. It can be used for the face and the body, so you can use it on your legs also. But the thing with water-based foundations, the more you work it into the skin with your fingers, with a brush, with a sponge. I'd say your fingers are, you know, you've got them, they're free, let's use them. And say if you had an area that you wanted to conceal more, just keep rubbing in the area and the consistency gets thicker. So you'll be able to use, build it up, rather than using lots of concealer as well. We did use some concealer under the eyes and just on any blemishes. And then we set the makeup with slight bit of powder. You don't want to take away that dewy look. You know, we're talking about we want to keep the nice glowy look. So we literally just set the T-zone and gave her a hint of blush again to complement the gorgeous dress. Things like creams and lip stains are brilliant in this kind of weather because they're going to give you more longevity. Powders tend to, especially with sweat and excess oils and heat, they can tend to flake away. If you're using creams, it's thin layers, work it up, and then you can again set it with a powder or an eyeshadow. So we used a cream-based eyeshadow here, and then we set it with an eyeshadow, just sort of popping her contour here and an eye socket. And also setting sprays. You know how much I love a setting spray. There's tons on the market at the minute, and I really recommend them. Again, for your makeup, you'll probably be able to say this, it will last until you're taking your makeup off. What I tend to do is, when I finish the foundation, is with a sponge, you know, the makeup sponges, spritz it with the sponge and then pat it into the skin, so you're doing this kind of motion, and again that's just helping to seal the makeup that you've done.
So you don't just spray it in your face and like
you can do at the end, but that's just like a mid-step, which is just going to give you a little bit more longevity. And I with the sponge or the brush, I just pat it into the skin and then finish the makeup, so I can still put powder and things like that on there. And then at the end we just put do a demonstration. Little spray. And you know, people do ask me what does the spray do, and I can only describe it, going back to being descriptive, is like a hairspray for the face without the stickiness, and it's really refreshing. You really love this.
I was just going to say that. It's very refreshing.
And what you find also, this is great for come the evening, to spritz your makeup. It really does lift your face again, and then you can put makeup on the top of it without it looking too cakey. So yeah, I would say this is a big buy, and and this is what we ended up with, the finished look, and she looks absolutely amazing.
She does.
And we've darkened her eyebrow as well, just to make it more of a feature, because she's got the most amazing eyebrows.
She has, and lovely, beautiful eyes. Colour, wow. You've got lovely eyes as well, haven't you? So is this something that you would do yourself normally, or is it a little bit different to your normal makeup?
Ursula's chosen some things that I wouldn't have chosen for myself, like the lip colour. I wouldn't have gone quite that, almost like orangey pink. I'm kind of scared of orange. But I wouldn't have chosen that for myself, but I really like it.
I think as well, you know, when you look at something in the container, because if you look at this colour in here, it doesn't really look like anything on the lips. So, you know, swatch things. If you tend to do it in the inside of your arm, you get, you know, a better idea on what they're going to look like. This is a cream matte, kind of like a lip colour. It's between a lipstick and a lip gloss, but you put this on and then it sets a bit dry, so we put a little bit of gloss on just to freshen it up a bit, but the longevity, and you don't have the dryness of a lipstick, because some of them could be, especially the matte ones, they can be very dry in, so we just set it with a little bit of gloss.
Thank you so much, my lovely. That was wonderful.
Thank you.
And we're going to keep both of you on, because we are going to talk about the fabulous outfits that you're both wearing. So we're going to now join DiElle. Hello DiElle, how are you?
Hi Chrissy.
So lovely to have you back on.
Thank you, I'm happy here always. I love it here.
All right, so before we talk about the stuff that you've got on the rail, let's talk about the outfits on these two gorgeous ladies that you've chosen. So we'll start off with Ursula. Ursula, would you want to step forward just so?
Yes,
so why have you chosen this particular one for Ursula?
Ursula was amazing. When you introduced us in there, we walked in there and I was putting the clothes on the rails. I could see the faces of the ladies brightening up, and I'm like, it's bright colors for me all the way. So we chose this skirt because she's got a gorgeous waist. I was helping her into the skirt. She's got a beautiful waist, and that's the point of these skirts. They accentuate the waist and really pinch it in, and it flows over everything, you know, over our calves and everything. And obviously it's topped up with the Kevin Swan logo t-shirt. She looks amazing. She looks beautiful.
Okay, now so we've got DiElle here, DiElle's outfit. She likes to step forward, very flowy and beautiful.
DiElle, with our amazing story, we met in the green room and we found out that we actually Wickham from Hampshire, like 8 miles apart. So that is something great. They're always good energies. As well, when I met you, you were in that colorful blouse of yours. So I was like, I made a good choice because I did not want to know what you wanted. I just wanted to bring something to surprise both of us. So obviously after the makeup and everything, your eyes went straight to that dress.
Definitely.
And we did not want you out of it. You look absolutely gorgeous, absolutely amazing.
It's so comfortable as well.
It's just one of those dresses that, you know, especially that time of the month, you just want to just sort of like, just not have anything touching your skin or anywhere, and it's just like flows. It's
a favorite of mine, like on the capsule collections. I've done it all the years, like the 3-4 years that I've started this. I always bring it up in some different modifications, and all the girls love it all over the world, and you look amazing. Thank you, honey. Thank you so much.
Since it is like your treat today and a makeover, Adele, would you like to let her know?
Oh, well, honey, we planned all this, but I might as well tell you, you are actually taking that dress with you, so the dress is yours. And
thank you.
You're welcome, and we hear you've got an amazing story.
I'm going to wear it for my gig on Sunday.
So that's the whole point. We are blessed with the gift, and obviously being here on Chris with the opportunity to bless others. So I hope you enjoyed that dress.
Thank you so much. That's lovely. Thank you.
I'm very happy for you. We've got a couple of minutes to talk about the rest of the dresses on the rail there.
Yes, that's fine. Starting actually with what I'm wearing today. This was inspired by like going into autumn winter collection, as it is like a warmish fabric a little bit, and I always want to put like the leather just to shush it up a little bit, and the belt obviously, you know, for our calves it's nice to clinch in the waist. So, and the sleeves, it's quite cool actually. It's not hot to wear because this is like a faux suede fabric, so it's just so cool.
Looks lovely.
Yeah, it's cool. Thank you very much. And here, I know summer is finishing in the UK, but Chris's show is watched all over the world. So I thought I might as well bring this. These have been so notoriously loved by the girls all over the world. It's just the in-trending swimwear cover-ups. So I was not actually to bring these two because they are actually bought, and I hope the customer sees it because I'm supposed to post them for her next week. I borrowed them to show them to the world. She'll smile. I know she will.
On TV.
Yes. So it's just to cover up, like when you go to the beach, you've got your swimsuit. Just so it's the three of them, and that dress I had brought.
I want to see those ones as well.
Oh,
just so the camera can see
this one is like a netty one.
Oh, I love that.
They're all just nice. It's like you are covered, but you're not covered. But it's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. It makes a girl confident, you know, like you can do whatever underneath there and feel as if you're covered, but you're not covered. So, and then that is like an A-line dress that I'd originally made just for her to choose, for DiElle to choose.
I did love that one.
Yes,
that was
I know.
choice,
You were like confused, you know, which one to choose. Yeah, but then that one is the best. So it's just like an A-line that actually has that waistline that actually clinches on our waist and then just flows into the A-line shape. And then I always like to block it with like a plain color just to pick from the main colors, and it's really done well all over the world as well. The girls like that.
Amazing fabric.
This here is the famous dashiki fabric that has hit the world. It's a fabric that's been all over, you know, for a long time, but now it's been in vogue. It's everywhere, and you can see for the curvy girls, we like free clothes. So this is the dashiki clothing, and this is what I brought today.
That's lovely. That's amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank
lovely
you,
seeing you.
Chrissy.
Ursula, thank you again also for the lovely makeup that you've done, for my makeup as well, of course. And DiElle, we're going to keep you with us because we're going to hear your story and the fabulous things, and you're going to be singing for us.
I will.
Yes. So do join us after this. Chrissy B, and my show is all about improving your mental health and being happy. Join me every Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 10 p.m. on my channel Sky 203. Visit chrissybshow.tv for more information and subscribe to our YouTube channel Chrissy B Show. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Chrissy B Show and on our Facebook page, The Chrissy B Show. Welcome back to our program today. So we met DiElle earlier, and now we're going to actually be hearing some of her story as well, because you have actually worked in mental health, haven't you?
I have, yeah.
Tell us about that.
It was quite a long time ago now, but I've worked with people both in the community and in hospital with a variety of mental health needs, depression, anxiety, and some more serious conditions as well.
Was that pretty stressful, being around that all the time, or
yeah,
were you able to zone out?
I think with some people I related to them a little bit too much and found it quite difficult to not get too fond of people, but you grow into it because that's not healthy for anyone. But yeah, it is very difficult. It's very difficult, and people that work in mental health are amazing. But it can be very rewarding as well to sort of help, be able to help people and get through really difficult.
Now
really difficult things.
We're going to be talking more about actually, because you are helping people in other ways now as well. But let's talk about your music first of all. Tell us about how did you get into the music and singing and writing?
I think my dad put a guitar in my hand when I was 3, he tells me, and there was just always music in the house. Both my parents are musical, and I just loved it from a really, really young age. I had a Walkman with Andrew Lloyd Webber tape of my mum's when I was 7 that I listened to over and over and over and over. So I got interested in kind of musical theatre and that from a really young age. And in the end, it just won out. If I wasn't involved with music in some way, I was thinking about it.
Oh, okay.
And when I worked at the hospital, we used to work with the patients with music, and some of them used to play as well. And you can just see what a massive difference it makes to people. So yeah, I think I did my first performance when I was 8, first solo performance, and and I've been gigging and mixed up with it ever since. Yeah, it's an obsession really.
Now you actually set something up to help adults to socialise and everything. Tell us about that.
I did, yeah. I set up a company in 2000. We went limited in 2010. And it's a community for people to come and learn whatever instruments and singing, whatever they want to learn. But also we really promote the group activities as well, so that people meet other people with common interests and have that creative outlet, regardless of how good you are. So if you're 45 and you've never played an instrument, it can be quite a scary thing. And a lot of people believe that they miss their chance. So we've sort of created this atmosphere where people can come along and join in, and they can sing, and you really can start right from the beginning. And it's been amazing.
How do the people react, and what changes do you see in them?
Confidence is a massive thing. Where lots of people, some of the girls that I work with, one of the girls said to me that I was helping her be who she really wanted to be. Oh, that's lovely. Which is like, well, I'm just teaching you scales, really. But that's actually.
You set that up, though. You set everything up, so it's not just like teaching them something. It's actually taking the time, the thought behind it, show that you cared about people.
Definitely.
So it's all of that.
Yeah, and I really pride myself on taking a personal approach as well, so that if you come in, I don't just have a book that I work from and say, right, well, this is page 1. I take the time to get to know what your interests are and what your goals really are, because sometimes people, all they want to do is be able to sing happy birthday to their grandchildren without breaking out in a cold sweat. Other people want to do, potentially make a living at it and have more of a commercial, professional interest in the long term. So, and everything in between. But I'm a real advocate of the fact that I really believe that human beings have a creative flair, and you don't have to be what's considered to be good or professional to be able to enjoy being creative. And I think that everybody should, and I think if you don't nourish that part of yourself, something's missing.
You're losing out, definitely. So there's also something else that you're setting up, because this was in memory actually of your auntie who you sadly lost last year to cancer. Is it?
I'm currently trying to source funding for a choir for cancer patients. There have been some quite exciting studies recently that are looking to that have looked at the relationship between singing and people receiving treatment, and some people have found some quite encouraging signs that people who take part in choirs in particular are actually more receptive to treatment.
Really?
It's amazing, isn't it?
Amazing.
It's absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And whether that's true or not, I'm really happy to give it a go. I think one of the things that, because quite a lot of my clients, I've had probably 5 ladies who've had cancer in this last year, just out of our regular client base. So to be able to make that more accessible to a wider range of people who perhaps are a little bit more sick, and we need the resources to be able to look after them properly while they're with us, is something that I'm
it's an amazing
really
initiative,
passionate.
DiElle. Really brilliant.
Thank you. I'm really excited about it. I really see the peer support that people get from belonging not just to our groups, but there are all sorts of groups in the community, and community choirs have been so popular over the last few years.
How do you find the time for all of this? Because you're so busy. You're doing your own music as well.
I don't really know.
Sleep?
Not a huge amount. I don't shop either. I don't do the food shopping.
Oh, bless. All online, is it?
Yeah, like Refresh Basket or whatever it was.
Oh.
Same thing. I have an amazing family. I have an amazing family around me. My immediate family are amazing. They're incredibly supportive, and we're a really good team.
Oh, that's lovely.
And I'm very, very lucky in that respect. But yeah, it's a lot of long days.
Now tell us about the song you'll be singing today.
Okay. Well, you picked Fearless, which is the title track of my last studio album. Which
I love the lyrics.
Yeah. Thank you.
Very positive, which is just what this show is about.
Absolutely, yeah. I think that's what really drew me to this show, is this transmitting positivity to people, and I think you have to work harder for that. You know, the rubbish will happen quite easily, but we have to work at being positive, I think. And Fearless, actually, funnily enough, was I wrote when I was quite a few years ago now. I was going through quite a difficult time myself, and I was just coming out of it and just starting to sort of realise that actually there's still a lot of living left to do, and there's a lot of there's still so much to do, and I didn't want to be frightened to try anymore. I think when I was younger, I was quite brave, and I've always been quite determined. That I've never been a pipe dreamer. Like if I wanted to do something, I would really put my mind to it, and I'm really going to make this happen. I've got to do everything I can to make this happen. And then I got myself into a difficult situation, and was finding just life just difficult, and it happens from time to time, doesn't it? You know, difficult things happen, and I lost a lot of that drive and a lot of that belief that, you know what, I've given this a good go and I can't. This is as good as it's going to get, sort of thing. And then as I was getting out of that situation, it became clear to me that actually it was just those circumstances. And
this is the thing, because sometimes when we're going through a certain situation, it feels like it's going to last forever, and it's kind of like you kind of have this doom and gloom kind of feeling, like, oh my God, is this it for the rest of my life? And some people can't even take that, and they think, okay, I might as well end it because this is it, but it's not. That is it's a temporary situation. You can pull through, and things can get a lot better, as you've proved. And now you're helping other people. My lovely, aren't you?
It's very rewarding as well. It's lovely to be able to do something that I love. And help other people to discover that passion in themselves. And we've had a fantastic time working with all different walks of life, and people who've picked up an instrument for the first time in their 70s. And then played for Prince Charles a year later, and things like that. You know, when they've wanted to play an instrument their whole lives, and never been able to, because when they were young, music lessons were for the elite. You know,
but not anymore.
No, it's very, very rewarding.
So we can't wait to hear you sing now, my darling. I think you're amazing, beautiful inside and out.
Thank you.
And now we're going to hear your beautiful voice as well.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. It's been really good fun.
welcome back to our program, everybody, all about keeping positive in hard times. And of course, we had our lovely makeover. So if you've missed the beginning of this program, don't worry, because you can head over to our YouTube channel in a few days' time and catch this episode there. And also, as we always say, do not forget to subscribe, because we have so much on there. We've just revamped the YouTube channel as well. There's loads for you to enjoy, and that will benefit your mental health and well-being. So we have all of our episodes that we've aired on TV, as well as some moving stories. We have healthy recipes, fitness tips, lots of suggestions of things to do. As you know, going out and doing something different is very good for you. So you're definitely missing out if you've not subscribed. So now I'm going to be showing you a video that we recorded. Now, we do say a way to keep positive is to have a laugh with friends and family. So here's a little challenge that we did with the general public.
I like long walks on the beach.
I like long walks on the beach.
Shut up. That was really good.
That was really good.
If you like pina coladas and getting caught in the rain.
If you like lights, go to the... I don't know.
Elephant juice.
Ave juice.
Elephant juice.
I want shoes.
Elephant juice.
I love you.
Elephant juice.
Elephant shoes.
Primark.
Primark.
Hey, you got it right.
So, this is my first time in Camden.
This is my first time in Camden?
Yes! I am here to do a play.
I'm here doing a play.
Close?
Do a play?
Play? Yes.
Okay.
I like musical theatre.
I like musical theatre.
And I am from Birmingham.
And I am from Birmingham?
I had 2 guinea pigs. It's a bit of a weird one.
Okay, I read I have 2 iguanas, but I know that's not true.
Cheese and onion crisps are cool.
Okay, it was either cheese and onion crisps or Jesus.
First one.
Cheese and onion crisps are cool?
Yes.
Okay.
And come and see Antigone.
Come and see Antigone?
Yes.
Yes.
So maybe next time you'll be one of the ones that will be participating in one of our public challenges. So now I'm going to be talking about the 4 ways to beat your problems and to keep positive when you are going through a tough time. So my first point is to make sure that you always have a plan of attack. So it's the absolute worst feeling in the world if you're going through an issue and you don't actually have a plan of what to do to tackle it. So as I always speak about on this show, I personally don't believe in learning to live with your problems. I believe in fighting your issues and not learning to, become friends with them and think, okay, this is just life. I don't believe it's just life. So I think a person actually should get angry that this problem dares to attack them. And let me clarify things here. I know that there are some, tough things that we all go through that really actually help us grow. So it could be maybe a situation at work or something that you learn from, and that's always great. But there are other kinds of problems that I believe are just there to make you suffer. So when you actually have a plan to combat something, that immediately lifts you. So you kind of, in your head, you're like, okay, I'm going through this problem, I'm going through this situation right now, but I'm not just doing nothing about it. I'm not just letting this problem just take over. I actually have a plan of what I can do. And that alone gives you some kind of inner strength to keep going. My second point is to carry on as normal. So I'm not saying here now, I'm not contradicting myself. I don't mean to bury your head in the sand, as you saw from point 1. So we're talking about having a plan of attack, but at the same time, you don't give this problem power or let it rob you of the things you normally love doing or being. So carry on with your normal activities. Show this problem that it doesn't have a hold over you, that it's not going to stop you from living your life and having fun. So maybe your instinct is, oh, now I'm just going to stay home and be really depressed and not talk to anyone and not talk to my friends and be grumpy with my partner. All those kind of things come, when problems come to us, we kind of feel a bit sorry for ourselves. And that's okay for a few seconds, you know, for a little while. And sometimes the shock of certain things does set in, but immediately when you see that, okay, I know what's happening now, you need to kind of snap out of that kind of feeling sorry for yourself mode and say, okay, now I'm not going to let this beat me, and do your normal things. Just show this thing, this problem, this situation, that you're going to carry on regardless and not stop doing your normal activities. The third point is to make sure you look after yourself. Now, this is another thing that I always go on about on this program. You know, look after yourself both physically and mentally. And obviously the exercise that we talk about on this program, eating right, is always very important, but also watch the talk. Watch the things that you say to yourself about the problem, because in your head you will get these kind of voices, which is, you know, your own thoughts sometimes saying to you, oh, this problem is too difficult, I can't overcome this problem, this is too much for me. So when you hear those kind of things, then immediately you have to say, look, I know I'm going through this, but I will overcome this problem. I will get better, whatever the situation is. Positive talk, always positive self-talk. And finally, the fourth point that I have to share with you is to keep going until you win. So this one is extremely important, because often people are almost there and it's like they kind of fall at the last hurdle, as we say. So no matter how badly you're feeling, just hold on to that tiny bit of strength that you might have, just to keep going. And it's going to be hard, it's going to be difficult, but don't give up. I remember when I was searching for a solution to the problems that I was going through, the depression that I had, there were times when I felt so low and so horrible. And you know, those that are depressed or have been through depression, you know how it feels, that heavy feeling that you have all the time, that even to take a shower or do the normal things is such a big effort. But I just held on to that little bit of hope and I kept going. I was trying different avenues to get help. I had counseling, I had different things. And if you want to know more, I can tell you how to get in touch later on my website. But I kept going until one day I knew I'd found a place that could help me, and you know, my life started to change from there. So don't give up on your journey, because I believe everyone can find happiness. So we have reached the end of this program, everybody, but if you have a story that you would like to share, maybe you've been through something quite serious and you've come out on the other side, or maybe you're a charity and you actually like to help people as well, and you have services that you would like to talk about on this show, do get in touch with us via our website, which is chrissybshow.tv. You can also tweet us at Chrissy B Show and leave a message on our Facebook page, The Chrissy B Show. And also, I have to tell you guys, I absolutely love receiving your messages, your emails. So if you have any comments about this program, if you've been watching for a while and you know it's really benefited you, or a friend or family member, or you just like the show and you'd like to tell us about it, please do get in touch, because we do love reading all your correspondence. And who knows, we can also share it on this program. And like I said earlier, if there is something that you would like to talk to me about, a problem that you're going through, or you want to find out how I overcame the problems that I had, you can visit my personal website, which is mylifeafterdepression.com. Until next time, bye-bye for now.
I've had so much fun. Thank you so much for having me. It was really nice to meet Ursula and DiElle. And yeah, it's just a really lovely atmosphere. I've had a lot of fun. Thank you. I really want to thank Pascal as well for putting us in touch. And yeah, big love to you. Thank you.
And if you missed that episode, you can catch that episode. Can I start again? And to beat your problems. But now it's time to take in hard times, and it's also our makeover day. So here is start again. Sorry. DiElle.